All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to today's live. I'll be talking about cognates in English and Spanish. And this is one way to accelerate your learning of either of the two languages. I'm just focusing on Spanish right now. Okay, let me get my pointer. Okay. So, according to Google, there are about 10,000 to 20,000 cognates between Spanish and English. Okay. And cognates are words that look similar in both languages. So, on this side, we have actual cognates. For example, information in English is información in Spanish. So those words in English that end with ION tend to look the same in Spanish, right? So information, información. Animal in Spanish is animal. Necessary is necesario. And those ARY words tend to end with RIO in Spanish. So necessary, necesario. Anniversary, aniversario. Dictionary, diccionario. Hospital, hospital. And capital would be capital. So the pronunciation is different, but the words look very similar in both languages. And therefore, if you're trying to learn either English or Spanish, starting here is a good idea because there are 10,000 to 20,000 cognates between the two languages. On this side, however, we have some false cognates. We call these falsos amigos, false friends, because they might look like words in English, but they mean something different in Spanish. And the first one, la primera palabra es asistir. The verb asistir in Spanish means to attend, like you attend classes. Take, for example, I have a class at 6 p.m. tomorrow and I'm going to attend it. I would say, tengo una clase a las 6 mañana y tengo que asistirla. I have to attend the class. So asistir does not mean to assist or to help. It means to attend. The next false cognate is embarazada. Embarazada. And this one looks like embarrassed, but it actually means pregnant. So if we want to say my sister is pregnant, we would say mi hermana está embarazada. Embarazada. And then the next one is the word largo. Largo, it looks like large, but it actually translates long. Okay, so largo in Spanish is long in English. The next false cognate is carpeta, which means folder. So even though it looks like the word carpet, the Spanish for carpet is actually alfombra. Nothing like it. So una carpeta is a folder. So this is a false cognate. And then we have el éxito, which looks like exit, but it actually means success. El éxito, success. And then the next one is el campo, which looks like a camp, but it's the country or the countryside. So these ones are the false cognates. Asistir means to attend. Embarazada means pregnant. Largo, long. Carpeta, folder. El éxito is success. Y el campo is the country. And of course, the ones on these sides are good cognates because they are exactly or very similar in English. So, información is information. Animal, animal. Necesario, necessary. Aniversario, anniversary. Diccionario, dictionary. Hospital, hospital. And capital, capital. So we also have to remember, though, that in English we say hospital, we place that emphasis on the H, but the H in Spanish is silent. So hospital in Spanish is hospital. Okay, so these are some of the examples of cognates in Spanish, and I'm going to put some additional examples on the board so you can accelerate your learning of the language. All right. So we have alcohol in English, and in Spanish it's spelled the same way, but the H is not pronounced. So we say alcohol, alcohol. And then we have actor in English. In Spanish, the exact same spelling, but the pronunciation is actor, actor. And then we have cancer, which in Spanish is cancer. We have chocolate, chocolate. Okay, and these ones are spelled exactly the same. Okay, and then let's go to the D section. We have debate, debate, which in Spanish is debate. We have decision. En español, eso es decisión. We have enigma, which is an academic word in English that means a mystery. And in Spanish, it is the same thing, enigma, enigma. Okay. Other examples include club, el club. We have cultural, which is cultural. We have director, director. Error, error. We have factor, factor. Final, final. General, general. Hotel, hotel. Idea, idea. And information, which I had before, which is información. So if you want to learn 10,000 to 20,000 words in Spanish, this is where you need to begin. You need to go to Google and find a list of all the cognates that exist between the two languages and then commit those to memory. Now, this part of Spanish is easy because obviously there are a lot of similarities between the two languages. The part that is difficult is the grammar, because in English, take for example, the verb to speak. The past tense of speak in English is spoke. I spoke, you spoke, she spoke, everybody spoke. So you use the same form for all the millions and billions of subjects that exist. But in Spanish, there are 6 forms of the verb speak in the past tense. So hablé, hablaste, habló, hablamos, hablasteis, hablaron. And that's what makes Spanish a little bit difficult. But this part makes it easy. So start with this part and you will be surprised at how much you're able to understand when people speak, because you've committed time to memorizing the cognates. But do not forget the false cognates that are there as well, like asistir, which means to attend. So you would also need to pay attention to those to make sure you are understanding them correctly. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? No? If not, please make sure you find that list of cognates and start memorizing them so that your Spanish can really, really improve. Okay? All right, that is all for today. If you just logged on, you will be able to watch the recording in a couple of minutes. And I think this is a very important lesson because, again, this is an easy way to learn 10,000 to 20,000 words in Spanish. Okay. So thanks everybody for joining, and I will see you next Sunday, God willing.